In this video tutorial, we're going to talk about taking attendance in CUE, more specifically though, creating a room layout and then creating a seating chart so that you can take attendance by seating chart if that's your preference. So here I am in my CUE dashboard. I'm going to start off by going to the attendance module. So first I have to go to the top left-hand corner and select the 3 lines, select my attendance module, and then go to seating chart. And you can see that's where I am by looking up here. Initially though, before I can create a seating chart, I have to create a room layout. In order to do that, direct your attention to the top corner of this dashboard and you can select Add Room Layout. Give it a description and select the room by actually clicking where it says Select, and then save and add seats. So what you see here is a blank slate, right? I've got my grid lines. I could disable those grid lines if I didn't want them, or enable. And then you could, if you wanted to, if your room layout was already in rows, you could choose Add Multiple Seats and selecting the number of rows and the number of seats per row. Or you could individually drag and drop these icons onto your layout. So either way works. Deleting is as easy as clicking on an icon and dragging it over to the delete in the bottom right-hand corner. Once you're done with this, you want to go ahead and select Save. Now that you have a room layout, now you can create a seating chart. So I'm going to select Room Layout Details, and you'll see now that I can add a seating chart. So this is my room layout. It is for hour 1, and I'm going to select Add a Seating Chart. I'm going to go ahead and give it a description. This part right here is important, seating chart grouping. If your attendance is by class, then you want to keep this by class. If your attendance is taken by period, you're going to want to select by period. And how do you know which one it is? Well, if you click on this I, information, it's going to tell you what it's grouped as. So this seating chart grouping is by class. I'm going to keep it by class. I'm going to keep this the way that it is. This right here is telling me how many students I actually have in that class. Clicking on that number is going to open up those students. Clicking on the person icon, it gives me more information about that kiddo. Coming soon, but I'm not sure when, these icons will actually be pictures of the students. All right, so now I'm going to go to Save and Assign Seats. At the beginning of the school year or the beginning of the semester, when you don't know your students, you could auto assign seats and decide first name, last name, or random, top left or bottom right, and select Save. And when you do that, your students are then placed randomly onto your seating chart. If you decide that you want to change some kiddos around, just click on the picture and drag them to another seat. And it's just that easy. So now we have our seating chart. We're going to select Save. If you decide that you want to print the seating chart out for a sub, let's say, then you're going to go over to More and select Print Seating Chart. Then you're going to select the layout of the seating chart and select Print. From here, now I want to show you what it's going to look like when you go to take attendance. So I'm going to go back to my 3 lines and I'm going to go to my attendance module and I'm going to select daily attendance. This is the only class I have. You'll probably have more on your dashboard. And initially, attendance mode is student list. But I've created a seating chart for this class, so I could take attendance by seating chart. By default, they're all marked present. I could then take them and mark them absent or tardy, and then I want to select Save or Save and Back depending on what you're doing. However you last take attendance is how it's going to show up the next time you open up attendance. So because I just took attendance by seating chart, when I go back into attendance, it is going to show up in a seating chart mode. I could then change that here by selecting student list. So that is how to take attendance, create a room layout, and create a seating chart.